Hello, this evening I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a behavior issue that some of you may be dealing with. We talked before about problem jumping and how to kind of work with that and turning your back when the dog jumps and asking for a sit instead of jumping because it's incompatible with jumping. So I thought this time I would address chewing. And this is especially meaningful for puppies, but a lot of times adult dogs chew on things too. Um, it's really, there's not really a way to train your dog not to chew. What you have to do is manage their environment. And what I mean by that is, keeping things out of their reach when you're not home that they might chew on, such as like stuffed toys. My dogs don't get those when no one's home because they will chew them up, tear all the stuffing out. It'll be all over the house. It could even be a choking hazard for them, and so I don't want them getting hurt. There are things you can buy to put over your electric cords to protect them. If you've got a dog that tends to chew cords, that's very dangerous for your dog, and need to keep them out of that. Really, if they're chewing on electrical cords and things like that, they need to be crated when you're not home and can't watch them. So that's, there's nothing wrong with crating a dog when you cannot watch them and correct their behavior. If you have kids that leave toys around, guess what? The dog is going to assume those toys are for them, and they might chew them up, so you might have a really upset kid that had their toy chewed up. Toys can also be choking hazards for dogs. Like Legos left around and stuff, that's not a good thing for a dog to swallow. You're going to end up at the vet's with a surgery removing those things. So it's, if you've got kids that leave stuff around, teach them to pick everything up so that the dog doesn't get hurt. There are things like socks. I mentioned the stuffed toys that dogs can, choke on. And so you definitely don't want those laying around. There's also been cases where dogs have gotten into the trash can and have suffocated themselves on a chip bag or something that they've gotten over their head and they can't get it off. Leaving chip bags and stuff is not good. We even have, our trash is kept in our laundry room where there's a door to keep the dogs from going in there, because I don't want to take a chance of anybody getting a hold of something in the trash and it, hurting them. So, it's just keeping things out of their reach, and crate your dog. If they're a chewer, crate them when you're not home. Crate them when you can't watch them. There are things you can get for them to chew on that are appropriate. Nylabones or something, those types of chewies you can get. I would never do rawhide or anything like that. That can get stuck in their intestines. Kong toys are really, really good for chewers. Kong toys, I will show one in a separate video because I don't have one right here, but they're hollow inside, and so you can fill them with any kind of like yogurt or applesauce. I used to use the no sugar added applesauce, and I would freeze them in a Ziploc bag, and then when I put the dog in the crate, give the dog that frozen Kong with the applesauce inside, and it takes them a while to get that out. And it gives them something that's appropriate to chew on, gives them something to do while they're in their crate. So the key is keeping things out of their reach, you know, when you're not able to supervise them, and crating them when you're not home, and just manage that environment. Keep everything put up that you don't want them to chew on, and that will be your best bet.